Right, guys, thank you so much for joining. I think in a few minutes' time, we'll have other people join us. So we'll have to start while they probably meet us where we'll be. So we have a great speaker in our midst, and her name is Confidence Oguka. So she would introduce herself more. So the main essence of this event is to about SEO, and now we are now talking about how AI, affects the SEO ecosystem. So I would welcome Confidence. So she's our guest speaker. She has vast experience. She's a master's holder, so she has a lot to teach us, and we also have a lot to take into this course. So Confidence, if you're there, you have the mic. Thank you.
Okay. Um, Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much, Wisdom, for the kind introduction. Um, I don't know if you guys can hear me properly because this is probably the first time I'm using this headset. Okay. Yeah. So one thing I've learned actually here in this UK is that we actually stick to time. So the event started by 1 o'clock and we get 7 minutes, I think is right to start now. So yes, so basically, just like Wisdom said, we are going to talk about how AI is taking over SEO. But first of all, I wish to introduce myself. My name is Oguka Confidence. I am a researcher, particularly in the area of AI, a strategist. I'm currently a master's holder at in digital marketing here in the UK. So today we're going to be talking about how AI is taking the first click and then what's left for SEO, basically search engine optimization for those that are hearing about it for the first time. So today we'll be talking about how to craft content that survives and thrives in AI search results, right? So please let me know if you can see my screen. Yes, I want to share my screen right now. Yes. So first of all, this is my a code leading to my LinkedIn. So you can scan it to see basically my portfolio, my experience, my skills, and everything. So do connect. You can scan the QR code. It will take you to my LinkedIn. You connect with me. I'll follow you right back. Thank you. Okay, so let's go ahead. Um, So first of all, we're going to start with this video because I am a very practical person. So I want us to understand what we are talking about. So this video is just, okay, let's take a look at it. You basically understand it better. Okay. So you go on Google, you search something on Google, and then this is what you see. Right? So this is basically what is obtainable now on Google. When you search, when you go on Google and type something you want to search, instead of seeing the normal links leading you to those websites or web pages that will take you to that particular content you're looking for, you will immediately see AI overview summarizing everything that you searched for. It will summarize it and then give you the results as an AI overview. So this wasn't how it was, say, 5 years ago when you search something on Google. You get to see so many links, but right now what you see is AI summary. So it is causing a serious evolution in how contents are being consumed by users. So the question is now, how does SEO writers, technical copywriters survive in this period, right? So now I am someone that always work with data. So I don't just make an assumption whenever I'm talking about a particular topic. I use data to back up my claims and facts, right? So now we are now in the era of zero click crisis. because according to statistics, 70% of website owners experience a decline in their website traffic. They go to their website, they write killer content, blogs, and everything just to discover that there is a very big decline on the traffic and page visits of their websites, about 70% of them, and that is a very massive number. So this goes to show that not a lot of people are now going to click further on links to consume more content. They just depend on the AI summary. As we can see in the second data that has 60% of searches, they click, they see the AI overview, and they're already satisfied with the result, the response, and they move away. They don't click further, right? So now SEO writers that write blogs on their web pages, that write blogs with the aim of taking users to their web page and their websites and everything, is now facing some crisis, because people now focus and depend on the AI summary, the overview we saw on the previous video. So nobody clicks beyond the AI overview. So it is causing a massive loss for SEO content writers, right? So we now see here the evolution of search result. This AI issue wasn't really in vogue, say 5 years ago or 6 years ago, because I can remember when I wrote my final year project, when I was running my research work and everything, AI wasn't really rampant then. There was nothing like ChatGPT. We only rely solely on Google results. So let's say 5 years ago, we still have the Web 2.0, I call it Web 2.0, where you see something like this, right? Let's say you type a word to search on Google. You don't get to see the AI overview. You just see results showing you different links talking about that particular topic you searched. Then you have to click further on these links to, tell you more about what you're searching for, right? Then this is when SEO was just winning. This was when SEO was just winning. SEO writers, they get to, leverage a whole lot of keywords, keyword stuffing. The idea is just to ensure that your link, your page, your blog, your content, whatever you're writing, is at the top of the search results. You want to make sure, we SEO writers want to make sure that we are at least the first three links you're seeing here, right? So that was how it was 5 years ago, 4 years ago. You don't really need to worry about the AI summarizing your content. You just need to worry about how to stuff your content with as much keywords as possible so that it can come up here. But now, coming down to the evolution of AI, now we call it Web3, right? How AI now interprets this particular result. So now we are now in the era of this AI overview. You see, the same typography you type here, 5 years ago, you get to see all these results that have links. But right now, when you type the same word typography on Google, you no longer see these links. Instead, you see a summary breaking down everything you need to know about typography. Now, you see why we are now having statistics saying that users do not click beyond this overview. I mean, why should I click on these links when AI has already given me a summary of what I'm looking for? Right? So this is the evolution. AI is making everything easy. However, it is making content writing difficult for SEO writers, right? So now, we are going to talk about what does AI actually do with this content. Yes, AI overview, it didn't just, wake up tomorrow to just dish out those content. You see, those links we see on the Web 2.0, AI, how does it actually work with this content, right? So the first thing is that it takes your content, right? AI sees your content. You publish this particular killer blog post, content about your web page, what your product is all about. You write, blog posts, put all the keywords and everything, you push it out there, and it's making perfect sense, absolute sense, right? So that is your content. You upload it, right? You upload it so that Google can crawl on it and then get your content. Now, AI gets to your content. it reads your content. I'll be like, oh, this content is actually cool. It's going to make sense to my users. Now, let me steal your content, because I call it stealing. I'll put your content, right? It will take all your content, summarize it, push it out there to the users to see, then, claim ownership of those content, even though that there should be, it always present links, for people to read further. But because of this data statistics, you see that people don't click further. So of course they rely on AI summary. AI will take your content, summarize it, and then give you 0 click. You've written your content, you've written your blog post with the aim for people to, click further, come to your web page, give you increased traffic, page visits, and everything. However, AI will now be a breach to that. You've posted your content, you wanted clicks, you wanted page visit, but no, AI comes in the middle, take your content, summarizes it, and gives you 0 click, because nobody is clicking further after reading the AI summary, right? So now the question is now, what is left for SEO? All those writers, copywriters, content writers that write content for blogs, that write content for pages, for brands, for their websites, everything. So what is left for them? Are we going to assume that, okay, there is nothing like SEO again, like SEO is dead? My answer to all that is basically SEO is not dead. Actually, it is not. Rather, it is evolving. It will keep up. It will keep up evolving, right? So it's not left for us. There are SEO technical writers to evolve with it. You see, last time when I went to this London tech show, yeah, so I listened to this speaker, Paul Rowan. Paul Rowan said that in this era, this anxiety that AI will take over our jobs, that he wants to tell us that AI will not actually take over our jobs. Yes, it is getting smarter by the day. However, the person that will take over your job is the person who knows how to prompt AI, who knows how to use AI better. These are the people that will actually take over your job. So now that you're an SEO writer, a copywriter, a content writer, even a marketer, you don't just have that fear or that anxiety that, okay, SEO is dead, let me start looking for a way to switch to a different career. No, what you have to do is to evolve with the AI. Know what works, know what makes the AI click, and then evolve with it, learn it, and be ahead of the curve. You learn it and be ahead of the AI, right? So where are the key focus? Where should we focus in order to evolve with this AI? So I have these 3 points of focus we can, focus on. We look at the visibility. We focus on visibility of our content. We focus on the authority. So now we are no longer going to look at the clicks, the data, the result. We have to focus on how to build effective visibility, how to ensure that our content has high authority, and how to create experience. Because at the end of the day, we are going to create this experience that not only is AI going to push out our content, we have to write it in a way that will make people to want to click more. Now we've already pushed our visibility up there for our content to be seen by AI. So how do we ensure that people take the next line of action of, clicking further to know about us? That is where we should focus on: visibility, authority, and experience, right? So so these are the winning strategies for this AI era, right? Now, if we look further at this particular video, we'll see something here. We'll see something here. Now, when you look at this AI overview, by the right hand, you will see these links, these follow-up links here, talking about the same SEO content that we searched. Now, these particular links are the links where this content was summarized by AI, right? These links are the links written. These are the content written by SEO technical writers that AI went into, took out their content and summarized it. Now, for people that want to click further, they wouldn't need to go down. What you will see is that they will click at the first three links they are seeing here, right? Because it is assumed that these are the best three content for AI to actually pick them up as their summary. So these are the three best performing link, blog, or web content as far as SEO content is concerned. These are the three best blogs. Now, so the question we should ask ourselves is this: now, as an SEO writer, how do I ensure that my content appears as these first three up here? How do I ensure that my content is the one being summarized, being taken by AI in such a way that if people even want to click further, my link will be among the top three that they will click? So that's what we're going to look at briefly. So the first one I'll always say is that we should always, work to optimize for AI visibility. Now, we can achieve that through effective schema markup and formatting. People that write SEO content using the content management system already understand what schema markup is. You ensure, because most of these content management systems like WordPress, Datamic, and the rest of them, they already have an effective schema markup. Then schema markup, what it does is that it helps Google, it helps all these search engines to crawl into your web page, understand your content, check how it is, the quality of it, and then pushes it out there. Because at the end of the day, Google wants to present the best content for its users, because at the end of the day, Google is user-centric. It is user-centered. It wants to satisfy their users. So you should ensure that your schema markup is up to date, is effective, so that your content can be crawled and seen by Google, right? And then you should optimize for visibility by ensuring a proper formatting of your web page. You cannot just write content and then push it out there without checking for your meta title, meta description, H1, H2 tags. All those things, you ensure that those things are in place, because it will help for a streamlined structure of your blog, of your content, so that it will have proper visibility by Google. Because it is when you have visibility that AI will be able to, the Google AI overview will be able to understand your content and push it out there for people to see, and then rank your own content higher, right? So the second on the line is you build a human-led content, right? Because according to statistics now, Google now focus on content that satisfy the EEAT guideline, which is that your content must be effective, it must show that you have experience in what you're talking about, it must have a high authority, and it will be trustworthy. Your content needs to satisfy these four things. It's to show that it is effective, that is, it is answering the question being asked by people, right? So this comes into play, where, as SEO writers, of course, there's ChatGPT for us to generate content, write killer content, But however, I want you to understand that AI sometimes can even hallucinate. It can convince you to believe that something wrong is right, right? Even my professor will tell you that as a writer, you should ensure that you are the one telling AI what to do, not AI trying to convince you of your content. So that is why, for you to build an effective content, you should carry out what we call in-depth research for your content. You don't just wake up, take up a topic, put it on ChatGPT. Of course, it will create a very fantastic killer web content for you. You just take it like that, push on your web page, and then upload it. No, AI will crawl on it, go into your content, and then recognize that, okay, I am actually the one that wrote this thing. I don't need it. I need something unique written by someone else. I need something unique that has different data that I don't have. I need something unique so that I can take it and push it to my readers to see, right? You see? So that ChatGPT content you've already created will be flagged by AI itself, right? Another one is this: you don't just write for writing's sake. I'll always encourage, writers to always carry out what we call user research. Understand what your users are searching for. That is by searching for keyword. What keyword is relevant to what you're writing, right? There's what we call, primary keywords and then long tail keywords. It's very easy to get with the right platform and tools. You go, what, for instance, you're writing for, you want to write a content for, content writing or thereabout. You just go to your SEMrush or Ubersuggest. You type for the keywords. There is even a platform by Google. It's called Answer the Public, right? Once you type in the topic you're searching for, it will give you all the possible questions people are asking around that particular topic you're searching for. So when you get what people are asking, are worried about, are looking for, it will now give you insight in how to write to answer those questions, right? So you're not just writing based on you want to write. You have a very valid story to write. You're writing to satisfy the query of users, right? Because at the end of the day, Google will push out content that satisfies the search intents of users. So you have to write a content that is effective. Now, for the content that has experience, while writing your content, you should maintain a tone, showcase a tone, that displays that what you're writing about, that you're sure of what you're writing about. You're confident enough that your content is the real thing, is the truth and nothing but the truth, that you're an expertise in this content, right? For instance, you want to write a blog, a content for, say, a product, because, for instance, when I worked with a scaffolding, a construction company, we normally write, content for different web products and everything. So while writing, content for these products like scaffolding and the stuff like that, we always position ourselves as people with experience, right? So when writing such content, we position ourselves as people with how many years of experience in this particular construction industry, right? Now, when you push that you're already far gone into this particular product, this topic, Google will see you as relevant. Google will be like, okay, for this person to have, this experience, it means that, okay, they know what you're doing, right? So another one you should also focus in writing your content is to make sure that you have sound authority in your content. That is why it's encouraged for you to put as many backlinks to your content as possible. If you're going to write a content, try to back it up with some data, external links, even internal links connecting. For instance, if you're writing content for an e-commerce website, you can always, put an internal link to link to other products that are related to what you're writing in your website, in your company, so that when Google crossed your page, they'll be like, okay, there is an authority here. They have other things that is backing this thing up, so there is an authority. So you build backlinks, build internal links in, linkings, and add them to your content, and that will make your content to actually rank high in AI overview, right? And then finally, the one you will get is the trustworthiness. You need to ensure that your content is trustworthy, that you are trustworthy. How do you ensure this? At least you need to ensure that you have visibility online. How do you ensure that your content is credible, right? At least the first thing I noticed to ensure that your content is credible is that you ensure that there is no link breakage on your web page. When you're writing a content and you want to publish, ensure that the link to your web page is intact, because any broken link on any of the content you write is already signaling a red flag to Google, right? And so that is this is one of the examples of how to build credibility on your content. So, and another thing I get to understand through my research is that you should write a content that AI can't be able to summarize, right? So how you're gonna do this is to tell stories, right? You write a content based on stories, case studies, testimonials, reviews. So while you're writing your content, if your content is something that is related to some product, you can attach, testimonials, stories, case studies of people that have used that product before, right? So when you build your content around these stories, it will force AI to actually present your own content fully. And people love reading stories that they can relate to. So when they come there and see your content out there telling stories, telling case studies that is somewhat related to them, they'll want to read further. So reading further means that it will make them to click on your web page, thereby drawing visitors to your page. You see, so when that funnel drops down to coming to your page, you see that you've already attracted this user, and then you can send up a follow-up, strategies and everything. But at the end of the day, it has done the first thing you want it to do, to take action of clicking to come see you further, right? So when you're creating content right now, ensure that you create content that tells stories, compelling stories that is relatable. And this actually boils down to actually understanding your user behavior. What are they looking for? Where are they searching, right? So when you write a story, you ensure that that story is tailored to your user experience, right? So the final thing there is that in as much as we are writing SEO for, blog posts, web pages, product pages, and, everything like that, we should also think beyond Google, right? Because these days, users do not only rely on Google any longer. People go to YouTube now, people go to LinkedIn, people go to Instagram, people go to TikTok to get information, right? So if you are someone that is working with a company that is just focused on their website, maybe this is the right time to actually think beyond website, And another thing I've noticed is that even people writing content for websites, they should also, I encourage people to, as you're writing content for your website, you should also leverage on writing content for your Google My Business profile, because that can also give you a very good positioning on Google. You optimize your Google My Business profile. You can even optimize the content that is on Google Maps so that when someone searches something on Google Maps, because people now search for something on Google Maps, maybe they are looking for, say, a kind of a restaurant on Google Maps. Of course, they will type restaurants near me on Google Maps. So if by the time you optimize the content on your Google Map and Google My profile to include those keywords that people are likely to search when they are looking for you, you will see yourself coming up at the first stop of search results. So you think beyond just writing web pages, content for your web page, content for your blog post and everything. You should think about YouTube. You write content, of course, YouTube is video. You can write a very killer content for the YouTube, the people that are into your content creation in your company. You can write a killer content there. And even if you're posting up your YouTube content, you should also make sure that you optimize the follow-up content when you're uploading. There are places you can put a description, headline for all your video content on YouTube. Your LinkedIn, the same thing. And you see that when you maintain this content consistency across all platforms, it will make people to see you, right? Because when someone goes on YouTube to search, and then your content comes up on YouTube, then they leave YouTube, they go to LinkedIn, because of course people's retention span is low, attention span is low. So when even if they forget you on YouTube and they come in on LinkedIn to still search for the same thing and your content pops up, you see, it will give them that trigger that be like, oh, I've seen this particular brand somewhere that's on YouTube. And then they have seen you on YouTube, they have seen you on LinkedIn, and then they go to Google and then see you out there too. You see, you are slowly entrenching yourself into the mind of your users, right? That is why you need to maintain consistency in creating content across several platforms other than Google, right? So I believe that when you impute all these strategies into your current, SEO, write-up, content, copywriting, however you want to write it, you see that you're not only writing for users, you're writing in such a way that AI will have no other option than to take your particular post and push it out there for your users to read, right? So I always have these final quotes. I always say that in this modern era of AI, we need to write to be quoted by AI, remembered by humans, because of course, at the end of the day, we are writing for humans. We need to be remembered by the humans who are going to consume our content, and then trusted by both. Because we are no longer writing for just human beings to see our content and then click on the link and then take an action. No, we are writing first of all to be quoted by AI, because it's AI that first of all assimilates and read our content, decide that, okay, this is good for the humans, this is good for my users to see, and then push it out there to be remembered by humans. And at the end of the day, both AI and humans will trust your write-up. So on that note, I want to encourage us, all of us, to ensure that in our subsequent writing, we need to be very pragmatic, because I'm a very pragmatic person, a very practical person. So whenever I get this, I always put it in practice. So with these strategies, if you can put it into place and then write your content, leveraging on these strategies, you'll see that not only will you be remembered by humans, you also be remembered by AI, even though AI will definitely steal your work, poach your work, steal it, but at least it will still take it and then get it to the humans who will remember you and take action. Yeah, thank you so much. Any questions, please? I entertain a lot of questions. You can ask me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Confidence. Please, guys, let's bring in our questions. I'm very sure everybody has something to ask. So let's throw in our questions now. If you have any question, please, this is the right time. Don't go home and say, "Oh, I wish I had asked." Ask now. Anything that is in your mind, anything that you didn't understand.
You can ask me a whole lot of questions, even the ones you think may not really make sense. Like, I entertain a lot of questions. One thing my professors in school always say is that there is no question that is wrong. Every question, anyone can learn from it. Even if it's to ask, what is ABC? It's still a question. You don't know who can learn from it. Yeah.
I mean, even if it's not exactly this, you can ask something related to this, which is also fine.
Yeah.
Okay, Gloria, please go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon, and thanks for this wonderful session. So you mentioned something like including backlinks, but what I'm confused about is that can we include, let's assume we're writing for a product, can you include backlinks from like maybe your competitors? Because that aspect is kind of not clear to me.
Okay, yeah. So thank you so much, Gloria, for that question. So before you include backlink from your competitors, remember they are your competitors, right? So there are two ways to these things. You can add your backlinks and then end up taking your users to their own page. Now, if it's competitors that are so big, you just want to leverage on their own network, you can reach out to them before you add your link. For instance, I'm writing for SEO content and then I want to add, SEMrush to backlink to of SEMrush to my page. What I'll do is that I'll reach out to them, then I want to add them to my backlink. Of course, they will respond to you to know if you are authorized to add them to your backlink or not. So you can. So when you get there, their backlink, you can always reach out to them through their emails and everything. Say, hello, I want to add your backlinks. I want to add this backlink to my page and everything. So of course, yeah. So you can do that and then add them to your backlinks. You can also reach out to in terms of that backlink anyways, you can also reach out to say blogs that are very, very popular in your niche. You can reach out to them that, okay, I want you guys to add my page as a backlink to your blog post so that when you're writing about something related to your product, they can add your own page on their blog post. Though sometimes you get to pay, sometimes it's free, I don't know, but the one I'm working with, you get to pay. So these are other methods of adding backlinks. You can either reach out to a popular blog post that is talking about something related, or the product you're marketing, right? Or you're writing about, you reach out to them to add you as a backlink to their own content. So these are the methods of adding backlinks to your page. Did I answer it?
Yes, you answered it very well. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Samuel, please go ahead.
Okay, good afternoon, and thank you, Confidence, for this section. It's been insightful. Yeah, my question is just like you talked about leveraging AI in writing SEOs. So, how can one leverage the same AI to push out content that has to do with technology, especially in the manufacturing industry today, as AI is taking over the industries?
Yeah, thank you so much, Samuel, for that question. Of course, AI is taking a whole lot of, it's taking over industries, but it is not going to take over our jobs anyways. So in the context of, pushing out content for your technological industry, it depends on what the industry is. For instance, I'm going to use the place I work in. I work with a construction company here in the UK as their digital marketing strategist. So, before, these construction companies, they're basically B2B companies. They supply, wholesale, they distribute scaffolding and, a lot of building materials. So they don't really leverage, AI or, tech or social media or something like that, because they are B2B companies. They only leverage on, physical one-on-one meetup with their clients who are like the government people, the contractors and managers. So they don't really care about the technological development, right? But right now, with this whole evolution of AI, it is now necessary for them to come out there and present themselves and be like, oh, we are here. So how did they do this? I'm going to use an instance of scaffolding construction companies here in the UK. Now, these construction companies, they leverage AI right now by, first of all, practically, they publish an e-commerce website. Previously, there was nothing like e-commerce website for construction companies here in the UK. They'll just tell you to, okay, visit our local branch or call this particular number here. But now they leverage technology to build an e-commerce website where you can actually shop building materials there, because of course they have faced competition from Amazon and from some building websites that people can now buy their DIY materials. So now they are leveraging technology by establishing their own e-commerce shops online. They have leveraged the chatbot. Now, all these construction companies, when you go to their website, you are immediately seeing a chatbot that immediately asks you what particular material you're looking for, what construction are you interested in, so that this AI will give you a tailored, customized info regarding that which you are looking for. So they're leveraging technology to make things easier and to leverage and streamline the leads they are getting online, so that it will be easy for people to reach out to them without going to their competitors, right? So these are one of the ways they are actually leveraging technology. And of course, they're also leveraging technology now by uploading. They are now, being very consistent on their blog posting and everything, because when they post their blog, they're also leveraging on keywords. They are taking into cognizance the relevant keywords that people are searching for in regards to construction, right? Because now it is beyond their corporate social responsibilities. What they do before is that they would just go help some local charity organizations, become a sponsor of football clubs and everything, right? But right now, they're not just doing that offline. When they do it, they're posting on their socials, they're posting on LinkedIn, they're posting on their blogs, and they're leveraging keywords, long tail, short tail keywords, so that people will see that they are actually doing this. They are creating that credibility, that trust in the society, so that they can stay up to date with the technological evolution. Okay, so these are the ways they are, leveraging technology and AI. Thank you. Okay.
Sorry, if I might get some clarification. In other words, you mean you can leverage it as a customer service, like what we call 24 hours response to customers'
Yes.
inquiry and all that?
Yes, they are leveraging that, in form of the chatbot, that is the AI assistant they have on their websites, where you can ask a question and get immediate response, with this smart AI assistant. So they are leveraging it on their customer, service. Yeah, correct. Yeah. Thank you.
Right. Do we have any other question? And thank you so much, Confidence, for this session.
Yeah, thank you. And for people that maybe you don't have the question right now offhand to ask, I am very much accessible. You can always chat me up. That's my number there. You can always chat me up. You can email me if you're someone that love email me. I love emails. I'm a professional person because working with UK clients here, everything is all about email, document everything. So if you're someone that likes emailing questions and setting up consultation times, and if you can email me, you can chat me up. You can also follow me on LinkedIn. Send me a connection request. I'll follow right back. We can explore ideas together. You can chat me. We can have one-on-one clarity section wherever you want. You can always reach me. I'm very much accessible to you. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. So, do you have any other question? Or are we good to go? Because for me today, I think I've learned a lot. Sure. I think I've now known, I would say, where okay, somewhere.
Yeah. Can we write about this section on any social like LinkedIn and then tag it today?
Oh, yes, you can. You can always write about, what you learned here. When I started, what I usually do whenever I'm having this particular presentation, this, event with people, I normally like to get to know everyone. But when we started, there was not much people there. So I was like, okay, at the end of this session, we may have a kind of, session where we get to know each other, because I want to connect with all of you on LinkedIn. So you can write about what you learned here, tag me on LinkedIn, and definitely I'll repost you and, stuff like that. I'll like you, comment, we'll follow each other, we'll connect. So if you can write about what you learned here on LinkedIn, tag me, I'll repost surely. And then another thing is, if we can also, get to know each other, I would like to know what your names are. Though I can see your names here, like Gloria, Rosaline, Juliet, me. So yeah, so if I can get to know you, know where you're joining from, and then of course what you do, what you currently do. Yeah, maybe we get to know each other now. It will be actually a nice thing.
All right, you have the floor, so you can.
Yeah, so maybe we can, of course, start with Samuel, who has been asking me. So that's so nice. We'll start with Samuel because that's the first name I'm seeing here. You tell us your name, where you're joining from, and what you do.
Good afternoon. Once again, my name is Samuel Bachu. I'm a food scientist currently in the business of food, and I joined from Nigeria.
It's so nice to have you here. Thank you so much, Samuel. Opeyemi. I don't think he's here. So let's go over to Gloria.
Hi everyone, my name is Gloria and I'm joining the meeting from Nigeria, and I'm a technical writer and content writer.
That's so nice. That is so nice to have you here, Gloria. Yeah, Shadrach, may we get to know you, please?
Hi everyone, I'm Shadrach. I'm a senior software engineer. I'm based in UK. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Rosaline, can we get to know you, please?
Hi, I'm Rosalind. I am based in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm a content specialist.
All right, hello, welcome, Rosaline. It's so nice to have you here. Judith, can we get to know you, please?
Hi everyone, my name is Judith and I'm chatting from Nigeria. I'm also a technical writer.
It's so nice to have you here, Judith.
Thank you.
Who's the next person? Elizabeth. Okay, Elizabeth has left. Juliet.
Hi, my name is Juliet, and I'm joining in from Nigeria. I'm a digital marketer.
A digital marketer, that's what I do. I'm actually a master's in digital marketing. Yeah, it's so nice to have you, Juliet. Yeah. Please do follow me on LinkedIn and I'll connect to you right back. Yeah. So, Richard,
I will do
can we
that.
yeah. Richard, can we get to know you, please?
Hello everyone, I'm Richard. I'm from Nigeria and I'm a technical writer.
It's so good to have you, Richard. Yeah, so who else? We have two Samuel here. We have Samuel Thomas. Samuel, can we get to know you, please? I don't think he's okay.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, my name is Samuel. I'm from Nigeria. I'm a technical writer. I'm also an engineer.
So nice to hear. It's so nice to have you here, Samuel. Precious.
Hi, everyone. My name is Precious Sunday, and I'm a project manager. I'm from Nigeria.
It's so nice to have you, Precious. Victoria. I think Victoria is the last person.
Hi.
I think I can hear now. I can't hear Victoria right now, so.
Sorry, okay, I'm back. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, it was my network. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dr. Victoria, and I'm a technical writer and cloud specialist.
It's so nice to have you, Victoria. Thank you so much all for joining us today. So, yeah, Wisdom, back to the floor. I'm giving you the floor. Thank you so much for having me, Wisdom.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the session. I think we have learned a lot. So let me go for the last time. Do we have any other question, or are we good to go? If you're good to go, just give me a thumbs up emoji, and we'll say goodbye. All right, thank you. Hey, thank you so much, guys, for joining. Thank you, Confident, for your session. So probably we'll be inviting a different speaker next time. So if you're here and you have something you want to teach us, you have something we need to learn, so you can reach out to us via our email, via our socials, then you can be our next speaker. Thank you, guys. Take care. Cheers.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you.